Hey gamers, today I'm going to review Neptun. Let's check it out. To set up for the game, each player is going to place their little tokens here. This is just who's going to go first on choosing. You're going to place these little A tokens. It'll say A on them. One here, the one with the gold around it, goes in the gold track. And then all the ones follow the color of that temple. If you look here again, that's A. Next round, I'll bring out the two Bs. There's two B tokens. And then the next round, there's three C tokens that you'll bring out as well. But anyway, for the first round, each gets one token. All of your little ships will start in Crete. And of course you'll have markers of your color in all the temple tracks starting at the 0. You're going to have this little track here that just snaps together, and you can see the color on the bottom there. I'm blue. Each player will start with one coin and two generic cards. It has their blue border around them. They'll always use these, and they can always play these during a round. What you're going to do is you're going to shuffle each 3 of these decks and deal out as many lines as there are players, +1. So in a 3-player game, it looked like this. And you're going to flip over the first 3 on the deck here. And what you're going to do is, starting with whoever's the first player, they're going to either pick this row of cards or move to the next one. Now, if they move to the next one, they can't pick this one. It's almost like what's behind door number 2, door number 3. And so if I didn't want this one, I could flip over the next one. And maybe that's the one I wanted. So I would grab all of these cards here, and then I have a decision to make. Now, this or card right here, this boat card, I would look at the number 6 and I would move my blue token to 6 right there. All right. And then I put that with my deck and then put this contract and this good somewhere on my order here. I can start with the first delivery, second, third, fourth, fifth. You have to do these in an order, so you need to make sure where you want to put it. I don't have to put it at number 1. I can put it in any of these. Now, if you look, depending on what good gets shuffled, you're either going to receive temple points, either 3, 2, or 1, or coin, either 3, 2, or 1. And all of these little orders here, as you see, are different. See, because now there's the green, now it's on coin. You know, there's wheat over there, and then there's wheat over there on coin, which it was on temple beforehand. So they're all kind of mixed up. Depending on what contract you get, can give you coin and can give you temple points, which can actually end up being victory points at the end of the game. Coins are good too, and I'll explain why you want coins later on. But anyway, once I put it in any one of these, I lock it in. I cannot switch that later on. And then the next person goes. And they can either pick this one or flip over the next ones. After all players have gone, whichever deck remains unchosen. Let's say another player picked this one, another player picked this one. They flipped it over, of course, and they would see it. Then this one would remain, and you'd place a coin on it for the next round. You're going to do this for 5 rounds until everyone has 5 sets that they need to deliver to. It'll tell you out at the top where you need to deliver it as well. And so that's where you're going to go. Now, after all that's done, after you picked your 5, you're going to end up with 5 of these or cards. So what I would do is I would pick one of these, okay? And let's say I picked this one, all right? Ooh, that looks like a good one. So what I do here, and let's say I'll just get 3 other players here. We all reveal our cards, and then we add it up. -1 + 1 is 0, +4. So we take the win here. It's at a +4. So move this to a +4. This little win token always starts at 5. So that means they'll have a +9 this round. At the end of the round, this thing will go back down to 5, and the win will go back up and down. It can be -5. It can be -10. A lot of these have plus or minuses on it. But that's just the bonus points that you'll be doing. So in this case, I'm moving, let's see, the wind is blowing 9. My movement is a 10. So it's 10 plus the wind is 9. I have a 19 every time I move. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it to all 5 of my little areas in order. If I ever skip one, I can flip over, like if maybe I made this delivery first, I didn't want to make this delivery, I would just flip over these, I don't get the points or anything for it, and then I could skip and make this delivery. You cannot make them out of order, but if you do, you just skip over it, and sometimes you want to do that just to get the points because you know there's no way you're going to make all 5 deliveries. So how you do that, if you look on the board, there are these tokens that you're pre-putting out during the game, and they're interchangeable. So the dark blue tokens will always go in the dark blue spots shuffled around. These light blue tokens will go in these light blue spots shuffled around. These on the top of the board here are always pre-printed, but the game's going to always be different every time you play. So if my total movement is 19, I could go here for 8, maybe here for 11, and I don't know why I'd want to, but there for 16, or here for 8, there for 14, there for 17, and that'd be a 6, so I couldn't go any further there. Now, if I wanted to go any further on this board, I could pay 1 coin, and that would count as an extra movement. So if I was 1 coin short, I could pay those coins. If I was 5 points short for making the next jump here, I could pay 5 coins and then make the jump to the next one. Now again, you can't just say, well, I made a delivery here and I keep moving and make a delivery here. No, once you make a delivery, you have to stop there. Once you stop there, you make that delivery, cash that in, and then move on to the next one. You're either getting the coin, or so in this case, I would get one coin for delivering 1 wheat to the blue temple here, and oh, that's Targo up there. So anyway, but you can, if you had 2 of the same type, you can only do 1 delivery per round. Now, the game is going to last, this whole phase is going to last 5 rounds. Now, after 5 rounds, if no one has completed their circuit yet, you can all vote to go another round. You can do this again for a 7th round as well. But after that, that's it. Now, eventually someone is going to do all their deliveries, they're going to go no more rounds. After that, then you add up whoever was farthest along all the temple tracks. If it's a tie, let's say red was right down here, the person who was at the bottom would get the victory points. If there were 2, then it'd go to 1st and 2nd place. These victory points increase every round. I didn't mention this, but down below here, this is also how you get the most, whoever ends up at the end of the round with the most money gets this, and eventually there'll be more of these, whoever has the most money left over after each round. Also on the ores there, I forgot to mention this, but let's say red got 2, yellow got 9, green got that, and purple got 5. On the next round, you bring these down, and that would be the order of who would choose the cards for the next round. And you do that over the 5 rounds of phase 1. What you're going to do is you're going to do this 3 times, and at the end of the 3rd round, whoever has the most victory points wins. I forgot to mention that any time on the 2nd phase, if someone completes all 5 of their routes, they're going to get one of these 2-point ships. They're going to count as victory points at the end of the game. It can be done, at least one player is going to do it. Now let me talk about the 3 queenies that are in this game. The first one is basically you'll divide these out and give 1 to each player, and basically, or give them 2 and let them decide between 1, and it's sometimes it's a one-time bonus in the game, sometimes it's just a special ability in the game, but the rule book lets you know what each one does. So that just gives you a special power in the game. The second one, the second queenie, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be placing out all of these little tokens. This is one of each different type of resource, and you're putting around every one of the temples for every round. And anytime someone delivers something particular to that area, to that temple, they're going to grab this token. Now, if they can have all 5 of them, they can cash them in. There's going to be a stack of these point tokens here. First person gets the 11, then the 10, then the 9, then the 8, then the 7, then the 6. Okay? You can keep cashing them in to get extra points during the 3 rounds. But if you don't have a full set at the end of the game, each one of these are worth 1 victory point each. And the third queenie, you're basically giving everyone this mosaic, and they're going to fill it out every time they visit a different city, and these are upside down here, but every time they visit a different city, they're going to be able to match the mosaic with it. So for instance, I would go here for 1, and maybe here for a second one, and together it's going to put together a picture as they climb through all 9 or 12 cities. And at the end of the game, you may get victory points depending on how many of these you finish. So for instance, for every vertical row you finish at the end of the game, you're going to get 1 victory point, and if you finish any horizontal ones, you get 3 victory points at the end of the game. Now this Queenie comes with this little score track. I don't think it's for just this, because there's no way you can get 30 points. This may be for just the end of the game to keep up a score tracker, but again, sometimes you can get way more than 30 points, but it's just something extra they added in the game. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? I forgot to mention that at the end of each phase, when you've gone ahead and made your deliveries, you discard all the cards you drafted, even those extra ship cards. You have to draft 5 more ship cards and bid from those. Remember, you always have your 2 starter cards you can bid with for the wind and your movement if you don't like any of your cards you get stuck with. But after that, you discard all those cards at the end of the second phase when you made all your deliveries. All right, so here we go. Queen games. Do I really have to tell you what I think about this? All the time I'm finding new Queen games to enjoy. This one's been around for a while. I've seen it. I've known about this one for years, and it seems like every year Amazon puts this on a lightning deal. It'll be 20 bucks, 15 bucks, 12 bucks. I saw it once on a lightning deal. Now, every time I get this close to buying it. And I thought, man, it seems okay. I don't know if it's a great game. Well, over the years, I've gotten to know Dirk Hen. I have a few of his games. And I was like, well, maybe I should try it. I read a review somewhere. They said, if you get this with the Queenies, it's a much better game. And I have to agree with that. Now, here's the thing, if it goes on a lightning deal and it's just the base game, go ahead and get it. It's well worth 15, 12 bucks, 17 bucks. Anything under 20 bucks, this game is well worth it as is. It's a fun game. It becomes a great game when you add the Queenies. I hate to say that. Maybe you can go second hand and find it with the Queenies. But base game alone, pretty good. Queenie number 1, who doesn't want extra powers? Even a one-time ability. To be honest, everyone wants to use them. They're great. The second Queenie, it's great because it has you focus more on the good. A lot of things that happen, especially in the 3rd round, everyone starts looking for tempo points. No one is looking for coin right now because there are big tempo points. The tempo points get bigger and bigger as the rounds go on. And you want to go take deliveries that go give you tempo points. You don't really care where. Well, now you care about what item you bring, because even if I'm getting coin, at least maybe I'm getting that particular item I need to finish my collection of 5 to get some big points later on. I love how it changes the focus of the game and grabbing tempo points, which is what you should be doing in the last round. Only taking those exceptions. Don't take any coin, that's worthless. I don't know, I say pointless, but you're going to get some victory points for having the most coins at the end, but to be honest, it behooves you to get a bunch of tempo points. Well, that's what the Queenie 2 makes you focus on something different, focus on the goods. You're actually looking at those goods and say, oh, I haven't gotten that good yet. I need to deliver that good to this place, and that way I can get all 5 and cash in for some big points. It's hard to do that, but when you do, those are some really big points in the game. And the third Queenie, the Mosaic, kind of gets you, and we all took our focus off of what the easiest route was. We just want to know what cities have we not been to, because you want to complete that Mosaic. You want to. It's not worth that many victory points, but for some reason it feels good when you're going to different cities and trying to finish that Mosaic. It's hard to do. That means you have to visit a different city each round. That is really hard. I've come close. I've been 3 short of finishing my Mosaic. Now again, it doesn't give you huge victory points, but it does get your focus on where to go. Like Queenie 2, focus on what you're carrying. Queenie 3, where to go. I like that. It gives you just a little bit more depth and makes the game just a little bit better. However, base game alone, worth getting. If you can find it with the Queenies, even better. All right, gamers, that's it for now. But until next time, you know what to do. Game on!